Peter, a fisherman, once a disciple. I meant what I'd said. Even if everyone betrayed Jesus, I would stand by him. Even if I must die too, I would not deny Jesus. I meant what I had said. But that night we all saw Judas kiss Jesus, and then everything went crazy. Someone seizes Jesus, and I had this sword, and I just... Well, the high priest's ear was cut off. And then we all knew there was going to be trouble. And Jesus told us, no, it's not the way. And there was shouting and confusion, and we all scatter amidst the trees, and it's all going so wrong. The mob dragged Jesus from the Mount of Olives, and I followed at a distance as we crossed the Kidron Valley and went into Jerusalem through the East Gate. It's dark, and the city streets are empty, so I lagged behind, not wanting to be caught or seen. It was easy following their torchlights. I followed them right there to the high priest's house. Jesus must have been inside, but I couldn't see him. Fire burnt in the courtyard and no one was guarding the gate, so I entered. It was cold. I sat with the others, some of the mob, warming themselves by the fire. As I look around, I realise that there are a few that might recognise me. My blood ran cold. Still, I stayed to listen to what they were saying. I pulled my cloak tighter around me, and then we heard the high priest scream like a wail of triumph. The guards, the men at the fire with me, are called away. I see them take Jesus, and they beat him. They hit my Jesus. It's torture just listening, but what can I do? I'm frightened, but I stayed. I stayed. Now others are gathering around the fire, and a group of serving women gather and start to gossip about Jesus and what happened. And one of them looks at me and says, "Hey, you were with that man from Nazareth. You were with Jesus." I started to sweat. Despite the chill of that night, they will stone me too if they find out I was with him. In fear, I cried out, "No, I do not know what you're talking about. I do not know him." Then I hear the courtyard cock crow. I felt so ashamed I moved away towards the gate, but people have heard her accusation and she's following and others are looking at me. They point the finger at me and say, "This man is one of them." There was so much venom in her voice. "No, no," I cry out, denying the accusation. "I do not know that Galilean." And then I stand outside the gate. I don't want to leave until I know what's happened to Jesus, where they're taking him. A man measures me up and down and says, "Certainly you're one of them. I can tell by your accent, you're a Galilean." I curse my accuser and I shout, "I swear on my mother's head, I do not know the man." And with that, I hear the courtyard cock crow again. Passover dinner last night, I swore to Jesus, I swore to him, that even if everyone abandoned him, I would not, never. Even if I had to die with Jesus, I would not betray him. And I remember too well what Jesus said to me. Peter, before the cock crows twice, you will have denied me 3 times. But I was so afraid. What could I do? They would have stoned me too. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I wanted to be brave, but I was so afraid. Forgive me, Jesus.